Hello! Today we continue our journey of designing a 70-meter super yacht. I'm Demetrius Tanase and I'm a yacht designer. And we are now designing a 70-meter super yacht. We already did a few steps in the designing of our project. We did a section view of the profile and also the initial sketches where we defined three versions to move forward with. The initial sketches are the rough sketches that help us define a direction. Now, based on that direction, I did a new profile view. This profile view is more close to the real proportions, and also the dimensions are close to reality. I went more into details. I added a few chamfers on the superstructures, and I played with the curves. You can see that it started looking good, and you can now have an idea of the spirit of the yacht. Imagine how it will look. The profile view can give you that. Now, from my experience, the profile view can also mislead. So if a design is looking good on the profile view, when you sketch or you put it on a 3D view, it will not look good. So my next iteration was to draw it from a view from the bow in this example. So I also added a few more details and the sitting areas. For example, we have a sitting area in the front of the wheelhouse and also a pool on the main deck in the aft. I played more with the details. I added a pool on the main deck. This process helped me discover the design and understand better the proportions, the volumes. It helps a lot. And also keeping the flow, so understanding the proportions of the yacht. Now, the next sketch was a view from the aft from the stern. Now here, as you can see, I added more details from the previous drawing. I added a sitting area on the main deck in front of the pool, a sitting area on the bridge deck, and also I drew the access stairs between the main deck and the bridge deck. I also added a sitting area on the sun deck. Now, each and every step is one step forward. This is a process of discovery. So I like to leave them like a fluent walkthrough. This is like a storyline. It develops and reveals himself, the design. This way I find it to be more dynamic and leaves open the discussion, and also when I present it to the client I show it like this, so he also can come up and understand that it's an in development project. So modification can be added, ideas to it. This is my process, this is how I approach design. If everything was like a finished design with every detail in place and with no room to modify and improvement. And as everyone knows in this industry, modifications always appear. And it's easier when you understand that and you present the project as an open book, a topic to discuss and to modify, and this way the design will reveal itself. So here we have a view from the deck with the pool. I added a detail. I wanted here to have glass in the aft of the infinity pool. This is in the superstructure. It's a cut in the superstructure and with curved glass, so you can also see through that glass. This is an example because if you look in the after view of the full 3D sketch of the boat, this detail is not added here. So this is a very clear example of how a design evolves, and you discover it. You come up with a few ideas. It will not be hard for me to add this design here and let's say update the project. But I like to leave it like this because maybe the client will not like the idea, or you can it's like explaining different options, but also the idea that is the design is fluid, it leaves room to improvement, and also it reveals itself, and on each step modification can appear, and also you invite as a designer the client to collaborate on this process if you leave some unattended areas. For example, I didn't went at all on the designing of the sun deck, which for my opinion is one of the most important areas. It's up closer to the sun, you have better views of the environment, and you can have very interesting experiences there. So, but for now I leave it a mystery, so to be able to move forward in a more natural way. On the bridge deck, I envision also a sitting area, a more inviting sitting area. I want it to be, let's say, grounded and more intimate sitting area. So you need to go down a few steps. The sitting level of the sofa is at the same level with the bridge deck, with the deck, and also you have the sense of protection here. You can have a gathering with the family and friends, and it's an interesting place to be here. And also I envision two types of materials for the steps, and under the sofa I put a more darker tone of wood. I didn't decide the type yet. This will be done in more advanced steps, because then you will have the 3D model and you can do renderings with all types of wood and materials to see how and which one fits better. I like how it looks with two different types of wood, adds up to the contrast. And also I played with the pattern of the deck. So inside in the hole, let's say, I put a diagonal pattern that meets in the center. Also on the center axis, I put horizontal lines, curved horizontal lines, like an invitation there. And on the side I kept the straight lines, like the classic layout of the deck. Now today, with the use of composite material for the decks, you can use different patterns, even different colors. So integration and playfulness in this area, I think it's very interesting to have. I also use the same the diagonal pattern on the panels of exterior panels for the ceiling on the main deck, and also on the sun deck here, if you see, probably also on the bridge deck, but I like to leave this open. I like how it looks. It gives a dynamic movement of the overall place. Now the next step is the sitting area from in front of the wheelhouse. Here will be most of the time used when you go up or down from the helicopter. It's an area that's integrated in the deck, and it flows. The line flows. Are very fluent. I like to use very curved lines and a natural movement of colors and integration. Now I also use two types of woods here. So the main deck with this sand the color, but also a darker tone of wood beneath the sofa that goes through and integrates in the superstructure, and also on the stairs, on the side of the stairs here. And the same wood, the darker tone wood, it's used also on the tables with the top of white marble. For now, this is the first idea. When I will move into 3D, I will try different materials, maybe different types of marble and more details. But this is a process I like. I'm very happy with the result. And this also gives room to the owner to come up with ideas and ask questions, understand more of what they want, and play along, sketch also in the front of the owner for ideas. But this is a good starting point of discussion, a very good starting point of discussion. You can understand what the client wants and what, if it likes, if it doesn't, if it dislikes something. But it's a process that gives a lot of satisfaction to me. For example, I'm very happy with this design. I can see it from now that it will be very hard for me to decide on one of these versions, because as you know, we developed 3 versions that we will move forward with this beautiful sketches step and also with the initial 3D concept. And we will have to decide to move forward with one of them to the most advanced steps of the design process. Now, comment in the section below and let me know what's your opinion about this design and what we talked about here today. Hopefully this process will get more interesting and we will see more images and ideas, and the design will reveal itself. Understanding the process of the design is not easy, because most of the time design is subjective, comes from the heart, from experiences. It's not something exact that you can put it on one way approach. Everyone has different approaches, has different way of addressing a design or a project. Now, don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and take into consideration becoming a Patreon. This will help the development of these videos and help us be more consistent. Thank you, and until next time, let's live the Yacht Design passion.